Hi, this is Susan Blue Robot from SusanBlueRobot.com. I'm here today with another help video. This time I'm going to address a question I had about BuilderRobot. BuilderRobot is a extension pack for Scrap Factory. So we'll go ahead and we'll make a card and we'll show you what that is. I'm going to use Pop-Up Card Studio by Make the Cart, Scrap Factory, and BuilderRobot. BuilderRobot was designed by me for Scrap Factory. It is an extension pack. You need Scrap Factory to be able to run BuilderRobot. BuilderRobot allows you to create bits and pieces of your in this case robot, but in the other case it has a basic set that comes with the program that allows you to choose the body of the doll with open toes or no open toes. Then you can select the hairstyle by going down, selecting the hairstyle, then you select the outfit and you go generate SVG. You can buy expansion packs. In this case, we're going to be talking about the BuilderRobot. You add the expansion pack by clicking on this button down here, and after you've done all that, your expansion pack is SBRB robots would be installed in your BuilderRobot. Then when this opens, you have the choice of a body. So you have 4 choices of the body. Say if we pick this body, and then we pick the head style, and you have the choices of the head style, and once you've done them you can interchange the eyes and things. We'll pick this head, and then there's no face styles, but then you can pick the arm style. We'll pick the arm style of this. If you can mix and match, you can go through and you go, okay, I want this arms on that body, and so on. And then you can pick the legs. And the colours really mean nothing to when you've finished the project, because you can change the colours to suit whatever you like. And we go generate SVG. So that will go and generate your robot. And then now we can close that program and we can go over to Make the Cart or whatever other program you use to do your cutting. Bring in that SVG. And here we have our pieces. Now, the good thing about this is it's not made for you. You can pick off this. You can, if you're going to do a print and cut, and just say you don't want the head straight up and down, you want it on an angle, you just put your pieces in place. Wherever you want. Say I don't want them there, I want to angle them. So we'll rotate them and you put them in place. Then we'll say we put the pieces together. Now, if you're going to do paper piercing, you don't have to build them on here. I'm doing this as a demo of how to get it set up for paper piecing, and you put the eyes in place. Now we come to putting the arms together. Now this is the good thing about these arms are all in pieces. That just say I want to select all of them and say I want my arms out like that, or up like this. You have the whole freedom to be able to put them wherever you like, as opposed to going, I've got a robot stamp and I can only do certain things with it. Now your legs are the same. You can choose to have your legs straight up and down by just rotating the arms, putting his kneecaps on, and putting him in place like that. Same here. And then we have a robot ready for build and cut. We can check the print preview, and you can change the orders if I want to lower the legs, which I think I do. So all I do is first off fix up his foot, select all his legs, move them properly into place, put them on their own layer and lower. So this robot now is ready for print and cut. Of course you can change the colour, because that is a bit of a multicoloured robot. You can change the colour to suit whatever card you want to do. Now this just shows that Scrap Factory is not only a doll making factory, you've now got the ability to be able to make robots with 4 of each robot. You can mix and match everything to make your own robot. I meant to say this before, if you select all of them, you can tilt his head so it's on the side, and you can have a little voice bubble coming out. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to select that, and I'm going to make sure that he is the right size for a pop-up. I'm going to take a copy of that one, and I'm going to do no, I'm not. I'm going to do a weld. Then I'm going to do a blackout to get rid of that mouth part. And now I'm going to do a shadow with that of say 1.5 maybe. If I'm happy with that, which I am, I'm going to go accept, and that copy is the one that I'm going to copy that, take it over to make the cut, and put it on the place I would like it. Bear in mind you have to make sure that you've got a flat bottom. And for the top, for the anchors, now I'm going to put him in place. Make sure he's on the bottom, most plain, and I'm going to give him an anchor on the top. I go a 2-point rec, 1/8 or higher, and go back to that plane, and we'll go, we might put some words on here. Pick the font we want. Okay, we might pick the word beep. We trim that at the bottom. Now, I had an email asking why you can't trim at the bottom. The person was having trouble trimming at the bottom because they wanted to do, they thought that was going to trim. No, it didn't. You turn this down to 1 and 1/28, then you've got more ability to trim at the bottom. If the snapping's up, then it wants to go to the next full part, full, say, 1/2 inch if it's on 1/2 inch. And we just put that in place. Then we put the anchorage on the top. Go 2-point rec, an 1/8 or higher. We zoom that around so we can get it. So now what we have is we're also going to select that beep, do a copy, take that across to make the cut, paste in place. So what we have is these. Shut that. Okay, so we know that the robot is exactly the right size for this one. So we're going to export this, export project render SVG. And we'll put it on the desktop for the moment. We go robot. We go over to the make the cut, and we're going to import that SVG. We didn't do a print preview, but that's a print preview, so that's fine. So we're going to import that SVG. We bring it in. And what we do now is we turn this to white, unless of course you want the printing to be a whole card. We put him up on its own layer above the actual card. We put him in place. We put the beep in place. And we make sure that's on the top layer. I zoom in. The beep needs to be moved over. I'm just using my arrow keys. To tweak it into the right place. And there we have our print and cut set up. If I do a print preview on this, we have our robot with its own special characteristics. And of course, I'd probably change the color of the beep. But there you have now. There you have your print and cut preview. Now, if you notice, you see these solid lines here? That is because I've set my machine up, my printer up, to print options, print outline shapes. So this is what I would do, is I'd get a new layer. The reason we're going to put this on a new layer, because this is the one that's going to be opened at all times. We're going to select all of that. Move just down a bit. On this new layer that's selected, we're just going to give a little line here that's wider and bigger than the actual card itself. So what we do is this one always remains on. always on. And I'll put that to the bottom. When I'm in select mode, I'm going to click that and put that on the bottom. So that's always going to be on. Now, if I turn this one off, and we'll change the color of the beep because I do not like it. And we go to contrast. Our printout is going to look like this when we print it out, with the registration marks in the right place. Now, putting those two little lines here and there, our registration marks are going to be in the right place for our actual card. So after we've printed this out with our registration marks here and here, what we do is we turn off the printing part. Then if we turn on the card part, the registration marks do not change. They remain in the right place for our actual work. But of course, if I was to print this, it would print all those lines, and that's not what we want. So, and then we just go ahead and cut this. And then you end up with your pop-up card. So this has been a quick introduction to Build a Robot, which is an expansion pack that you need Scrap Factory to use. It is in AU dollars. Australian dollars, it's $5, so that makes it in US dollars just under the $5. It depends on the exchange rate. This has been Susan Blue Robot at susanbluerobot.com. I hope you enjoyed this video and got some tips out of it, and if you would like to purchase any of the things that we've used here today, if you follow links from susanbluerobot.com, you help support my blog. Thank you for visiting. Bye for now.